In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a photo booth template without Canva, without Photoshop, without any other software, all done in this system that we've created. And what it will do, it will allow you to create templates like this with transparent photo areas, and you can do them in a matter of minutes. Okay, so I'm going to get started, and this is the photo booth template designer. Now I'll just quickly show you through what's on here. So in the middle here we have the canvas. On the left hand side we've got template size, and then a few other options at the bottom which I'm going to go through. So first of all, on the template size, it's currently set to landscape, which is 1800 by 1200. There is a faint grid on there which you'll see better when I put a background on. You can change the template size to, if you want to do portrait for example, 1200 by 1800, or if you want to do a custom size, so if you're doing strips or maybe a 360 event, you can change the size on there. So if it was say 360, you go 1080, 1920. There is other sizes that 360s run out, but that's the standard. So that would give you your 360 template, and then you just follow the process that I'm going to show you now. Okay, so we're going to work with the landscape one. First thing I'm going to do is put a background image on the canvas. Okay, and we can do that in two ways. Okay, so your first option is to either choose a file. So if you have got a load of backgrounds already stored on your computers, on your phones, wherever, you can choose that way and upload your own. I have also added a library there, so there are some already in. So there are categorized, but you're best staying on all categories. Just have a scroll down, see what you like. So let's go with this one. There's not that many in there, but there's enough to get you going. Okay, but like I say, if there's none that you want to use, you can always upload your own anyway. Okay, so we've now got our background image, and you can just see the grid a little bit better now. Now the grid is a useful tool to use. Now when you export your template at the end, whether the grid's switched on or off, it makes no difference. It won't show on the template. Okay, but I'm going to show you how it is useful to you. So with the grid, you've got show grid and snap to grid. So what we'll do is add a photo area. Now that places a rectangle box on the template which you can move anywhere you want. Okay, anywhere inside that rectangle, when it is placed over the canvas, will be transparent. Okay, so let's just I'm going to do it as a portrait photo template. So we'll just move it up there and we'll go about there. So what other options I have with this is to add a frame around it, or a stroke. So you click show stroke, and then you can change the width of it so you can see how big you want the stroke around it. So it puts like a frame around the actual photos. You can change the color of that. Now what I tend to do is I would leave it as blue to start with. Once I've started adding images onto the template, I would usually pick a colour from one of them images just so it kind of matches. Okay, that'll come apparent in a minute. So we've got our first photo area in, so I'm now going to duplicate that photo area and then move it to place, and then I'm going to duplicate it again and move it to place. Okay, now what you will see now is when I am snapping, I'll show you down at the bottom, it's better at the top. When I snap to grid, what it does, it moves it to the squares. Okay, now because the size of these photo areas don't quite work with the size of the template, I've got two options. I can either make the photo area a little bit smaller like that, and then do the same for the other two, or let me just make it back the size it was, or is it? Right, is that? No. Let me just make it the right same size. There we go. So, or what we can do is you can turn off the snap to grid, and you can manually move that over. Okay, so it's no longer snapping to the grid. So it allows you to move it freely to anywhere you want on the template without actually snapping to the squares that are in the grid. So I'm happy with that now. Next thing I want to do then is add some decoration to it. Now your decoration in Canva, it would be called elements. On here it's called decoration images, And again, you have got options. You can upload your own, again, if you've got them stored on your computer, your phones, wherever, You can upload your own. You click choose file, it'll ask you where you want to choose it from, and then it uploads onto the template. It will then work the same way as I'm going to show you. One thing to bear in mind, if you are going to upload your own images, make sure they are a transparent PNG file. There are hundreds of websites out there where you can download files from. Now you can also use it in Canva. So just while we're on Canva, if you are a Canva Pro user, you could take the template from this state here, export it. It will save the transparency, and then you could upload that into Canva and start adding images, text, etc. in Canva if that's what you wanted to do. Okay. But for those of you that are not using Canva or don't want to use Canva anymore for whatever the reasons, you don't have to do that. You can do it the way I'm showing you now. So we've gone over the upload. So if I want to upload a choose file, add it in. What I've done, I've added a library. There's a few categories in there now. Again, just touching on Canva. Canva is full of images. There's thousands and thousands of images on there called elements. You're not going to get that on here. But what I've done is I've added a few in there just to get you going. You can create some nice templates with what's in there. But yeah, just have a browse through. If there's nothing, if you don't like anything on there, then just download something from somewhere and upload it yourself. Okay, so we'll go with general to start with. No, what we'll do is pinky, so we'll go a bit wedding-y. So with the wedding, we'll go with a wedding cake. Okay, so we'll pop that wedding cake just over here. Now currently I've got snap to grid switched off. If it was on, it would snap to grid, but I find it's better to have the freedom of moving the images around. Okay, so I'm going to just place that there, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So that is now overhanging, it's overlaying the photo area, which when you save the actual template, when you export it, I'll show you at the end rather than go through it now. So that is going over there. I'm going to add another decoration image. I'm going to select from library again. What we go for this time, we'll go for some candles this time. So we'll drop them candles over this side. Now again, resize, and what I want to do is have that big candle on the right hand side. So what I can do, while it's highlighted, while it's got the box around it, I click flip horizontal, and then that has changed it. So I think that looks a little bit better for this particular template. I'm going to move the cake over a little bit as well. So next thing I'm going to do is add some text. As soon as you click that box, you will see your text here. If you are using a darker background, you won't see it, but you just change the color. Resize it. Now this, where it says 24, that doesn't do very much. All right, it will change at various points, but you can't make the text bigger and smaller that way. So use a slider, or you can use the actual handles on the corner of it. So if you just grab it, drag in and out, keep your finger on the mouse, drag in and out. But the easiest way is to use the slider here. Okay, so we've got some text in. We're going to type some text now. So we'll go for the wedding of, and then I will click apply. That then changes that text. Anything you change in terms of color, fonts and text, you will need to click apply afterwards. The only thing you don't need to click apply after is the size. Alright, so I'm going to change the font, go for something a little bit more pretty. Now there are several fonts on there now. I will be adding a lot more, okay? So there'll be a greater choice. And the good thing about this as well is even the images, I will be adding more stuff onto it. Now I have got to consider server space and stuff like that, so you're not going to get thousands like I said with Canva, but there will be a good choice of images and fonts. Now I'm going to change the color of the font. Now this time I'm going to click the color and I'm going to choose the eyedropper. I mentioned before I like to choose a color that is in the template, so let's go with something like that maybe. That doesn't quite work for me, so I'll probably go a little bit darker there. So I've chosen the base of it, so a little bit darker. Click apply. So it kind of works, but again, just play with it. You'll get it however you want. Now, if I wanted to change the font again, I can change the font. So go through the script one this time, and if I wanted to add more text, I can do. Now, One important thing to be aware of when you are choosing anything on here, whether it be text, whether it be the images, if the box is around it and you was to go and select another one or upload another one, it would replace it. So make sure you've got nothing highlighted. So I'm going to add some more text. Do the same as it did, exactly the same as it did before. Where's the text box gone? So I'm going to put the wedding of Mr. and Mrs. Jones. Okay, I'm going to change the colour. I'm going to use the same colour as in I've got the wedding of, and I'm going to click apply and change the font, which will put it all the same. Click apply, drag it down there. So again, you resize it, probably make that a little bit smaller, and then just move it to place. Okay, so that's all looking good, apart from we've got blue photo areas. So what we do here is we highlight one of them, change the colour to whatever you want. So let's say, just for the purpose of video, we'll go with the same colour as the text. Do that, and then if you click apply to all photo areas, click OK, it will change them all. So you have now got a template. What we're going to do now, we've got two options. We can save it or we can export it. If you want to start on a template and come back to it later on, you can save the template. When you click save template, it'll ask you what you want to call it. So we'll call it, I don't know, demo 4. I think we've got some other demos in there. Click save. That saves your template. You can, if you don't want to save it, if you're happy with it, you can just export it, or you can load it in again and export it again after you've made your changes. So I am now going to export this template. Okay. So it'll ask me where I want to save to. I'll just save it to my desktop, and then I will open it up so you can see it. So there's the template we've just created. So we got the text on there, we got the transparent areas, we got the frames on, we got the cake and candles. All I do now is save that and upload it to, just upload that into my photo booth software, however you do that now. Okay. So that is as easy as it gets. So obviously that has taken me a longer time than it would normally, because I've had to explain everything, show you various things. But the more you play with it, the quicker you're going to get with it. I created a 360 template last night in 1 minute 20 seconds, and it had the transparent area. And that was including clicking export and etc. It was a very basic template, but I did it in 1 minute and 20 seconds. So that is it. If you've got any questions on this, feel free to ask. So the template hub, this is not quite ready for sign up yet. I need to sort the pricing and everything out. Regarding prices, templatehub.co.uk is already live. There is a subscription service on there where there are hundreds of ready-made templates. Now, on them templates you can add text and it will send that template to your email. This system works slightly different. It is going to be a subscription. If you're a Template Hub subscriber, you will automatically get access to this included in your subscription. If you are not a Template Hub subscriber and you don't want to subscribe but you do like the look of this, then it will cost you £9.99 a month, and there's no contract. So if you only want to do 1 month and then pause it for 2 or 3 months, just don't pay. What will happen to your account is it will show as suspended. As soon as you make the payment, then we'll reactivate it again. So you're not tied into anything. It's literally £9.99 for a month. If you pay £9.99 and only use it for a couple of days, it is still £9.99. You're paying for that full month, and the month being, we'll call it 31 days. Yeah, you're paying for the full month. Now, just quickly scroll down here. So this is just the landing page for the website. Shows you some templates. This one here did that in it. Yeah, but it's all there. It's pretty much ready to go. Just need to sort the payment methods out. More than likely going to go through PayPal. But yeah, just keep an eye on if you're on Facebook, have a look at the Template Hub page. I'll pop a link. If I'm posting this on Facebook, I'll pop a link in the description. If you're on WhatsApp, which I speak to many people on WhatsApp, I'll send you the link to that as well. All the information I will pop on that page, but I'll also make another post when it is live and when we're ready to take payments and get you going. And that is all there is to it. Nice, easy way. It's something that the photo booth industry has been needing for a long, long time. What I'm doing now, I'm just moving that. So if you are a photo booth user and you do prints, one thing to be aware of is don't have, this is the reason I've got gaps here, don't have anything too close to the edge, because your printer will have a bleed line. And if you have it right up to the edge, you're going to end up cutting a little bit of the image off. So yeah, just be aware of that. Just have like a bleed line all the way around your template. Okay, I'm finishing it there. Thanks for watching. 15 minutes, so it's shorter than I expected, to be fair. But any questions, feel free to ask, and hopefully I'll speak to you soon. Take care.